You know, one of the most dramatic statements I've heard is, oh, this church business is not as serious as you guys make it look. Honey, every time you hear or feel like you want to say that statement, I want you to remember that we don't make it serious enough. We don't make it look serious enough. God's standards are the same. They are the same. Righteousness and holiness. It does not matter how much we customize the doctrine to favor our comfort. It does not matter. I think the one fear that I have left is the fear of God and the fear of sin, you know? And today I was pondering upon that verse that says, let us let go of the sin that so easily entangles. And then in Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 26, it says that we have nothing left as a sacrifice for sins if we continue to deliberately sin after we have received the knowledge of truth. We have nothing else. The ultimate sacrifice was given, which is the Son of God. That is the highest sacrifice that there ever will be for sin. There is no other sacrifice left. And it continues to say, only the fearful expectation of judgment. Do you know what that means? If we continue to sin deliberately, there is no other mercy left. You know? Then I was reading the book of Ecclesiastes, and at some point in chapter 11, Solomon sort of encourages you to be happy in your youth, you know, and to pursue those things that you see with your eyes and what your heart tells you. And then the last part of that verse says, but remember, in all these actions and in all these ways, you shall be judged. And in the last chapter of Ecclesiastes, the wisest man that ever existed said, what is the conclusion of all these things? The conclusion of all these things is, fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the duty of all mankind. For God will bring every deed to judgment, including every hidden thing, whether good or evil. Flee from sin. You know how Joseph ran from Potiphar's wife? He literally ran. That is how you should flee from sin. Like run, go, run. Flee from the devil and resist the devil and he will flee from you. I came by a verse in a book that is not in the Bible. It's a book of wisdom called Ecclesiastes, something like that. Ecclesiasticus. And there's a verse in that book that says, flee from sin as from the face of a serpent. For if you come too near, it will bite you. Its teeth are as teeth of a lion. You know how you run? When you all of a sudden see a snake, the reflex is to run. Especially when you come face to face with it unexpectedly, you run. And that is how we should be with sin. You know, run. There's no other way. There's no other way. Flee from sin. Flee from it. For the ultimate sacrifice was given and there's no other sacrifice left. There's no other sacrifice. The highest form of sacrifice was given. Imagine God in the form of Son, you know, because Jesus shared the glory with his Father before he was sent to earth for the redemption of man. There's nothing that is above that. There's nothing that is above the one person that shared the glory with the Father. The ultimate sacrifice was given. There's nothing else left to give for us. Once you receive the knowledge of truth, repent. That's just that. I wish you a happy week. blessed day ahead.